that Teddy, you so tasty. Two on one things, they be begging just to rate me. Swallow my dick, slip it up, don't be lazy. High and by God, cause I'm wavy. Niggas say that it ain't me. I dig it out, have a chicken saying wow. Screaming, moaning loud, while you making daddy proud. Take it down, show me tripping like she going out of town. Grills up in my mouth while I eat it like it's chow. Look, I'm a daddy thigh. Beating on your back, begging me to stop. And I won't.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jesse B. Another episode 101 Red Carpet interviews by Love and Fashion. I'm here at Wild Orchids Bar here in Southside Queens. 111 4 Leftovers Boulevard. Be sure to check it out. So I'm here. BX is in the house. Represent BX. Teddy Greens is here.
What's up?
What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good, bro?
I'm chilling.
You give me your older chains right here. You can't flex on me.
I'm trying to show the Lydia. That's all I'm doing. Nothing crazy.
You got like 20 chains in your chain.
I'm trying. I mean, I'm a king, so I live like a king do. I want people to see me and see a king. I want the kids to see me and see a king. And then when they ask how you got it, I'm gonna just say education.
You better see the kids, so you won't be a role model.
That's a fact. I mean, I think that as somebody with kids, you should, to some degree, you should be a role model, but not more so a role model, but a representative of what you stand for. That's where I stand. That's my diaspora of where I am in my life. Is that everything I do in some way, shape, or form has to go back to either me or my community or somebody close to me. So what I do, people are also going to be responsible for the actions that I do. So I try to create a little boundary of what I'm gonna do, what I'm not gonna do, so everybody that's around me or that's like me can follow my same footsteps someday.
So what do you tell people right now? What do you stand for?
Well, first and foremost, I'm African. A lot of people don't know that. I'm light skinned, but a lot of people don't know that I'm African. I am African. I am
the show African Millennials.
Yeah, so of course, my family lineage, we are from Morocco. So at the end of the day, we are Moors. We have other lineages, like my brother. He claims he's from Egypt or Kemet, the way they perceive it to be and stuff like that. But what I stand for, first and foremost, is that I am a black man on this earth, so I'm the original. That's the first thing I do. The second thing is that I am a man of Allah. Whether you call him Yahweh, Elohim, God, Jesus, Jehovah.
You're religious.
Not religious, I'm spiritual, but I know that God is I am him, he is me. So that's the more of the African way of looking at things. Third, I stand for education. Not education like school system education, more like education meaning like being aware, being illuminated, being knowledgeable, have knowledge of self. That's the third thing I do. And I live my life every day based on those three principles. In some way, shape, or form, everything I do has to go in those areas in some way, shape, or form.
Preach on, bro. I do got a question for you, bro. So, you speak on education, being aware.
Yes, sir.
All the things that's going on, Me Too movement, women oppression, you got the Black Lives Matter, which is a big deal. Been going on for literally generations, which is sad.
Yes.
Do you think kids, or the younger generation after, is not really taking it serious? Like they see stuff going on in the street, but they're not really taking it. This is really happening. And
I'm gonna do a counter question. If you didn't know better, would you take it serious? I think sometimes in our community we put a lot of blame on others, but not. It's a wise saying that it goes to see somebody where they at is to act where they at. That's an old saying. It's like basically if I know that you're ignorant, then I, in a sense, I have to meet you where you at in order to build you up. If you want to, nobody can be upright or be righteous unless you living like a savage or you're very down or at your lowest point. So we have to always recognize that when we see kids doing things, we have to also realize that we was one day in that position, in that stance that, in a sense, we thought we knew it all, but we actually didn't. We're living in like a dimensional paradigm. Where it's like, I think I know it all, but in the real world, it's a different way, different shape. Everything is moving at a different pace. So I look at kids like that. So it's like, I know where you at. I know where you should be. I know where I'm at. So that's a trinity within itself. So I should have to meet you where you at. And my job as somebody that work with high school kids and younger kids is to find you where you at, know where you at, know how to speak to you on the same level that you at, and bring you to my level one day. So I don't expect them to know exactly how hard these things are that we're going through. All they know is what they know at that present moment. So we have to introduce it. But I don't expect you to be serious. I just introduce it. And if you are truly a good educator, in any way, shape, or form, fashion, I will always say that an educator can teach a snail to eat salt, something that's bad for them, because that's how good you are at what you do. So if you're truly educated, take somebody that's impoverished, make them better.
I don't think people. This is what I believe. I don't really think a lot of people is like educating the younger generation.
They indoctrinate them, and that's the good in a sense, but they indoctrinating them for certain habits. And I don't agree with that, but at the same time, I was indoctrinated and I saw the other side. So there's no excuses at the end of the day. I think that where I stand is you can't put blame on education because education starts at home. As a parent, I can say that. It starts at home. Before your child even goes to the school here with you, what are you teaching them before they get there?
Oh, you already got to teach them right from home.
Yes. And that's what I'm doing.
You got to teach them respect as well.
Of course.
Parents, I'm Haitian. I grew up in Haitian house, so
Yeah,
they told me
they ass whoop on the
They
regular.
told me respect. Wait. But you know, as a rapper, you're coming from the Bronx. You've seen a lot of things. You've definitely seen a lot of things growing up.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so do you think rappers, hip hop artists, these are not just rappers, hip hop artists these days are not really like taking their platform serious as being like a role model to people?
I don't want to sound like a minister or priest.
Now, you don't have to be a minister.
Yeah, I know. It's just that, like I said, I wear many hats. But in hip hop is just a platform. People forget that. It is an art. Yes, it is. Like I would never take that away. It is a culture. But at its core value of it, you're not supposed to be responsible. It's almost like just because I have a voice, you'll automatically put me in a box that I have to say something positive. And you're neglecting the part that I'm human. So I feel certain things, and being that I'm human, I'm expressive. I want to say certain things. But because I have a platform and a big voice, I should limit how I live my life. I don't agree with that. What I think hip hop is doing, to me hip hop right now, and people criticize me all the time until I say what I'm about to say. I go, to me hip hop is at one of its highest places. And they go, wow. I go, if hip hop was made to stay the same, it would have stayed in the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx, so I can say that. It would have stayed where it was created. But it grew and went elsewhere, other places. What we are now seeing is that people on different levels, different mental states, different backgrounds, different walks of life, they're now adopting it and doing something with it, and they're getting recognition for it. We are just losing recognition, so we feel a little bitter. Like New Yorkers, we always go, that's not hip hop. This is not hip hop. That's not real. That's not real. I'm not saying nothing is real or fake. I don't even care that far. I go, if it's dope, it's dope. Who am I to sit there and say somebody's not dope? And if I don't like your music, I guarantee I could go, I know somebody that will. Because I might not agree with it or like it because I have my own personal connection to certain other things, but I know somebody else is going through what you're going through and the delivery that you're saying, the message can get to them. So in some way, shape, or form, it's an art to what you're doing. That's why I don't get mad at the mumble rappers. Like, I get it. I get the mumble rappers. Look where they're coming from. They speak fast, they have a certain slang, they have a certain tongue that we like to say, have a certain tongue. They're comfortable with what they're saying, so they're That's dope, because at the end of the day, Little John and them was doing that in 01. So it's like, we can't neglect that part of it. We had a lot of people. T.I. comes from that same cloth. It's just that T.I. came out at an earlier stage, so we accepted him more. It's just different levels of doing it. You have to, being out of a music teacher, you have to step back and look at it in that type of eye. Of course, it's going to get times where I'm like, yo, I don't want to hear Lil Pump, I want to hear J. Cole. Little situations like that. But it's sometimes where I like Lil Pump, I'm feeling him. Like, he's saying something I want to hear at the moment. It's not saying anybody's better than anybody else. I think hip-hop, we get sensitive. People don't understand that. If you want to really get mad at a rapper, tell him his music whack. You'll see his reaction. Like, if you get mad at him and you don't want to talk to him, no, your music is whack. You'll see how sensitive we are. But I came from an era where saying something negative was supposed to transform. You're supposed to be like, you want to say something that's negative? I'm a stunner. When I go, the next verse you hear, I'm about to really black on people. They're going to really feel you. Like, you're supposed to motivate you. But now they're getting their feelings. They go home, tweet about it, write about it, post on Facebook, and then they put out another wax song.
I love how you just said like how rappers these days, like when something happened, they're just ready to go on Twitter or Instagram tweet. Literally, just the other day, I'm on Instagram and I peep 6ix9ine is on live talking about Trippie Redd going crazy.
I heard about that.
They both went on live. They were just talking about, you ain't blood, you ain't this, your music flop, this, that, and the third. I'm just like, bro, yeah. I literally, they probably older than me. I call them kids. I looked at them like, what are you doing this?
I think, from my perspective, I don't know none of them, right? Don't care to know them. It's not nothing personal, but just, I'm doing my own thing. I got my own lane, my own journey that I'm focused on. In situations like that, I'm from an era where if you really had an issue with somebody, I would personally go see you. Because sometimes social media, being that I'm like kind of active and kind of popular, Kanye West said this the other day. As much as people hate him right now, I get him. He said something as simple as, sometimes words can get in the way of what you're trying to express. So in a sense, like, they going back and forth. When you see each other, it might not even be that energy. But they're saying so much on live and typing so much, the words is actually influencing what they want to do, but they actually don't feel like that in real life. So their words is getting in the way of what they truly trying to say. So it might be a simple disagreement as, oh, I put you on and whatever, whatever. That's cool. And if we was face to face, we'd be like, okay, whatever, go about the day, whatever. They wouldn't worry about the day. But being that it's on social media and I'm on live, you want to say something that's going to trigger me to say something that we're going back and forth for what?
You got people watching.
You got people watching. It's like words got in their way and influenced the whole conversation. But the root of the conversation was this little. So this is why I always say that you have to have knowledge of yourself and know where you at in the situation. Know where you looking at. Know how to assess the situation. And 9 times out of 10, if you really wanted an issue, we all got, I want to say we, they all got this crazy money, right? Find it. Find each other. Y'all know what the show's going to be. If you really got an issue, handle it.
Alright, talk about the people. What you got working on?
Well, 2 years ago, I did a project called One Thing For Sure. It's 12 songs. It's a bonus song. It's 12 songs technically. On the first day I put it on SoundCloud, they did 20,000 streams, which was okay. It was okay because I had a higher goal. But it did magnificent. We were doing the Thought Boy movement. Me, Coney Brooks, JR Just Feels. The Thought Boy movement. Thought Boy movement is 5 of us. And you want to hear the songs. It's 5 of us. Because when we go everywhere, it's a whole lot of hosts. That's what we say. There's a lot of females, a lot of stuff. So they consider. So one of the artists on our label did. She called us the Thought Boys one day. We ran with it, did a song. It went on World Star, was other stuff. It went on Facebook, 44,000 plays. Next thing you know, it said 300,000 plays, then 900,000. We was close to a million. So I'm like, so we just ran with it because we was honest on the song and just our personality. So we've been running with that while I was doing the album. So now I got a whole nother project, but I take my time when I do music. Being that I'm an engineer, I produce 99% of the music. I took a hiatus for 2 years, not even hiatus, just promoting it, doing shows, stuff. I didn't even shoot a video for it. But even on iTunes, I was ranked like, out of 200 artists, I was ranked 110. I didn't even put no promotion behind iTunes. I did it solely for SoundCloud because I feel like we're in a day and age, I don't want to sell music. People always look at me like I'm crazy. Don't want to sell music, don't want to sell music. I'd rather stream my music. It lasts longer. The revenue is different. I get the track who's actually streaming and stuff like that. So I do my business a little different. But the project I'm working on now is called Black by Popular Demand.
It's coming out at a good time.
Yeah. It comes out the 4th of July. We chose that, What I want to do differently from the other one, because I got a lot of criticism. We was on Double XL. We was in a lot of stuff, but I got a lot of criticism because a lot of people didn't want to. They felt like the topics I was touching on wasn't real topics. And I always say, what is a real topic? They want to hear about the depression and stuff like that. My whole thing is enlightening you. Like, I don't want to remind you that you're a slave, that your education sucks. Leave that to Kendrick and on to remind you. I want to show you the other side. Like, I want to be so influential, so positive, it makes you just come over here. I don't want to remind you of where you at in your life. So what I did, I took a few concepts and I just elevated them. So Black by Popular Demand is basically, if my daughter, my 9-year-old daughter can get up and listen to this right now, it wouldn't be nothing disrespectful to the black woman, or any woman for that matter. It wouldn't be nothing about smoking, going to the club. I do have one record up there, so Back It Up, the Juvenile record that we redid, the Thought Boys, we redid it. But it sounds old. That's what my goal was. My goal as an engineer was to make it sound like if you heard it from the 90s now. So I got, the first one we released was called Black Love. It did about 20,000 streams on SoundCloud. And we struggled with that because it came out at a weird time. President Trump was in there. All these other people that I'm doing Black Love. People not really respecting it, but they get where I'm going. But it was like the idea behind it. And people look at me, they're like, yo, you're light skinned, Black Love. I'm like, I have an African mother. All my sisters are darker than you, bro.
You're still black.
I'm say I'm black at the end of the day, so people not understanding that. They just see, hey, you look like a Puerto Rican. Okay, I got locks, I got African chains on, I got dark siblings, everybody around me dark. What am I? My point. So
I don't see like
the project is dedicated to that. It's basically like the title. Like I'm gonna express some of the titles. I got a song called up there. I'm not a nigga. It's basically from 3 different perspectives. It's dope. It sounds like a Kanye West feel, like an older feel. I'm talking to people, and I'm like, first I'm talking to a younger child. And I'm explaining to him why he's not a nigga from his perspective. Then the second verse, I'm talking to Trump why I'm not a nigga. Then the third verse, I have a conversation with my daughter. So I'm telling her like, you're beautiful in so many other ways, and at the end of the day, don't let nobody determine who you are, because you're not a nigga. So I'm saying it from 3 different angles. That's just one of the songs. I got the 2 African songs. I got one of them called Melanated. I'm expressing my love for people that's melanated all over, but it's mainly for the black woman. I got Facts. I got the Black Love record. I got Never Too Much. It's an African version of Luther Vandross' Never Too Much. I'm just telling her like, just because I'm light skinned, you having me is never too much, because you already got it all. So I'm just letting her know that. I got a song called You're Gorgeous, where I'm talking about all the cultures. You know, I'm talking about the West Indies, I'm going through Guyana, I'm going through all of them. I'm just naming them, dropping them.
That's all my Caribbean.
That's a fact.
Shout out to Haiti, I see.
So I'm going through all of them. I'm telling like the black woman, you're gorgeous. A lot of people feel like I'm anti-Semitic and all this other stuff, and I'm like, it's not that. It's that. This is the one time we actually heard somebody do a project for just their people. No influences about everybody else's culture. This is from my culture. Like Africans, the West Indies, all of them. This is just for you. This is like my little gift for you. So I went into, I got an old school song called You My Baby. Sound like an old pimp. Like you walking on with the sacks, you gotta get your suit on, talking about the shoes. It's just different perspectives of black music. But it's so many errors in it. I got the song called Praise God, where it's like I'm telling a woman like, praise God. It's power in praising God. I may call him Allah, you may call him whatever. Praise God, but then it's like a double entendre where it goes, if I'm the original man, then I'm God. And me seeing my power and you sees my power in myself. So you gotta praise God, because I'm gonna praise you at the end of the day. So it goes both hands. I got another record called What Would Jesus Do? Talking to a white, it's like a conversation with a white man. I'm asking him, what would Jesus do in your situation? If you enslaved him and for 427 years or whatever the number is, what would he do? Like those conversations gotta be real. And I go, I'm 3/5 of a black man, but what's the other 2? I'm having these conversations with the white man in the song. So those are subjects that was hard to get through, but it's conversations that need to be said. We shot like visuals are gonna come out in summer and stuff like that, but those are the topics that need to be said, because we got a lot of people that's in powerful positions that don't talk for us. And it's not, and some of them, they're not even doing nothing wrong, but they're just not speaking for us. Because people look at black people, they only say one thing, we're criminals. At the end of the day, that's what people say, black people are criminals, right? That's just one element, one dimension. We have, most of us walk around with like 5 different personalities. I'm gonna be honest. We got the cheap personality. We got the personality that's swaggy, like we want to buy the bottles. We got the personality that want to do right. We got the one that we have to be the employees of somebody, that's the boss. And then we got the personality when we are father figures or we're the man of the household in some way, shape, or form. So that's just 5 dimensions in just one setting. I'm like, I ain't even touch on the other stuff. Like, you know, you have egos. Sometimes you got 2 sides to. Sometimes you want to slap the homie, but if another person say you might not want to slap him. These are dimensions. I'm like, we don't never talk about those conversations. And sometimes we need to sit down and have those conversations, because that helps me get to know somebody else. And it's not even like you're fake or nothing like that. And just as a man, I can assess where you at in your life. Nobody matter with the ratty, better scatter. You get treated like a duff when you get packed up. No diarrhea, cause I ain't been on it with you. Look, cause I've been on my R&B shit. Doing his mother's arms, they been all aboard his penis. Try nigga here, I'm a beast bed, but yeah, I can fucking punch a square out of a right ankle. Niggas be rookies, they pussies. So, come out the closet and we can hang you. Look, now tell your girl she can get it. 3 sums trigonometry and we can triangle. Soon as the earth core, I pick up the sun of the universe. Look, cause I'm the one that they look up to. 3 in the city, I do it for the 5 boroughs. The way I climb the web, I should be the hero. Go ahead, brother.
I'm a night boy, whoa, you know me, so rock boy, hot boy since a juvenile. Your baby mom's with the cock boy, whoa, and I ain't never too proud. Look, I'm trying to get down, but my level too loud. Pull out the dick like lick, baby.
I am personally looking forward to listening to it. So make sure y'all get this out. Make sure y'all hear this when it drops. But I already got somebody else in the audience. My back Brian right here. We got Went to North Carolina, got a ring. Want to show off the ring real quick? Played D1 football. He's not trying to flex, but you know he can flex around here. So I see you got questions for Teddy Graham. You know, this nice.
Yeah, I got a question.
Talk to me.
My question is about, you know, I'm originally from North Carolina, so I'm moving up here doing music and stuff, and I was, you know, got to kind of deal with a lot of artists. And, you know, there's always a lot of situations in an artist's career when it wants to transition and stuff like that into like different types of music. My question, I guess, is, you know, how do you deal with like, you know, being that this project is different from the other projects that, you know, your fans might know you from, right? I mean, would you say that, I guess?
That's an amazing question. I just had this conversation with
somebody.
somebody.
Let me finish that question.
That's dope.
In the sense of, so, you know, having that, right, how do you deal with the issue, I guess, of authenticity, I guess, you know, because, you know, there are going to be some fans that say, hey, that ain't Teddy Graham. I know him from, like, they knew you from the shit you used to do. You know, and then, you know, what you're doing now, I guess, too, is the shit you're doing right now, how it all aligns with what's going on in the world. A lot of people can say, hey, is he trying to ride that wave? You know, how's that?
I'm telling you, we just had this conversation, and it's dope because somebody outside of my team can see that, so that lets me know that we was very much aware of what the perception of the other people's going to be. So first and foremost, what I can say is that if I was giving advice to somebody that was doing something like me, what I would say is that in between projects, you do certain things that show your journey and your direction of where you're going, right? I can't just out of nowhere drop a project and then have my hair shaved. It shocks people. I'm not a shocker. I hate being shocked. I want to slap you if you do that, right? So what you would do is that you'll be like, if I'm getting my hair cut on a certain day, maybe one day I might show up with half my hair shaved, then the sides shaved. I would lead you, like as the person guiding the journey, I would grab your attention and sway you to where I want you to be. That's first and foremost. But for me, this ain't nothing different than what I've been doing. Because on my last project, I had a song called Why You Keep Fucking Me, from a female perspective of me coming into a situation and having like a story. Like I'm talking to this girl I broke up with, I'm talking to my mans because he cheated on his girl. I talked to one of my girls from the past and she's saying her boyfriend cheated on her for some girl that happened to be whatever. But it's like, it's in line of what I've always been doing. It's just commercially, I've been coming out with a lot of female-friendly records. But I've always said in every interview, my music is going to be for a woman, about a woman, to the woman. So I've made that very clear. Certain topics I might not say something about the woman, like as the concept, but I always shout out and you know, and when I praise God, so I said ain't nothing in the world like a black queen. I make sure I highlight her in some way, shape, or form because I am nothing without her. So the struggle also becomes with authenticity, right? Now, I feel like if you do something, it should be your life. Anybody in there that feel like I'm talking off topic, say something in Islam or in Arabic, in the Quran, and I'll probably respond to you in Arabic. I'm for real about this. I've been Muslim for, what, 21 years, almost 30. I've been Muslim, so I say something about Egypt, about the Eye of Horus, whatever, I probably can have a conversation with you about it. Right? Ask me something about being a Mason. I can have a conversation with you about it. These are things that is present in my life. I may not talk about it all the time because the concept may not bring that conversation. So being authentic about something is everyday life. First of all, I shouldn't have to respond to you with a song to get a reaction out of you to have a conversation about it. So if certain rappers are out here talking about they sling drugs and all that, if you're a drug dealer, holla at him, see what he's talking about. Like, yo, I need this, I need that. You know somebody? If he say, nah, I don't know nobody, I don't even know you, whatever, he probably not real like that. He just fabricating the story. But what I'm touching on is real stuff that's happening in the world, but it's not something that's happening in the world. I made sure I stay shy of the new topics. The only new thing I said was I mentioned Trump name one time. So all the stuff I've been saying is stuff that's been happening. So it's like a repetitive pattern. Now I'm just giving my interpretation on how to fix it. I don't have the answers, but I may have a solution. And my solution may not be the best solution, but it's a start. You might hear it and go, nah, I like the first two parts of it, but 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't agree with that. Maybe we should do this. And that might be the perfect plan, but I gave the idea. I sparked the conversation. That's where I'm going with it. I don't want to be the person I'm not righteous. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not righteous. I live a righteous life, healthy and all that, but I still slap people. I still walk around violating people. I still do because I'm a human and I have feelings. And I'm emotional all the time. But the one thing I am is aware. I know what I'm doing. I know how much alcohol I'm drinking. I can sit there and tell you how to make the alcohol if it's needed. I know how much hookah I'm gonna smoke. I can bring you the flavor. I can bring you, the connects to it, certain stuff. I'm very much aware of what I do. But am I perfect? No.
Good shit, man.
Last question? Yeah.
Alright, before I let you go, let everybody know where they can find you at.
Well, you can find me on Instagram. I am Teddy, TEDDYGRAHAMS 77. I am Teddy Grams 77. Everywhere else in the world is just I am Teddy Grams. You can find me everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, you name it, I'm on it.
What got any upcoming events you should know about?
For me, no. I know me, Coney Brooks, and the rest of the Thigh Boys, we doing this tour run. A lot of places we're going to be in Atlanta again, Miami. We supposed to do like New Rochelle. We're trying to keep it in the city, but in the city it's a little hard right now because everybody's doing a similar thing. So we're trying to just go far away. I want to go back to Africa, but they having issues with that. So that's basically where we at with that. Oh, before I do that, May 31st, Coney Brooks, his album called out All Hail the King. I'm actually on that. I produced for that.
Be sure to check that out.
And,
See your work. Oh wait, before I had it.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Your boy Kanye been doing some work. He been doing like, the interviews going crazy. Let's go to the music. Go to the music. Producing wild albums, Pusha T.
You feel me?
I'm looking forward to Pusha T's album, Nas' album, but like, which album are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh. I like Drake a lot. He touches on a lot of. I get compared to him in weird ways, and I hate that. But I see why they say we may not sound alike, but we touch on emotional topics together.
Touch on the same basically.
Like we don't sound nothing alike, but it's like if he's talking about being emotional because of the girl, I'm talking about being emotional, and his is reggae, and mine's is R&B. We on the same topic, we just in two different ways of saying it. Yeah. So I like him. I think his album's gonna be dope. That Kendrick album. But it's funny because I even like Tiger and he about to drop something too. I pay attention to all of them because you know why? I go, it's elements to everything we do. So I listen to, like I said, everywhere I go, I got the twerkers out. I do the Thigh Boy stuff and all of that, and then I might go home 5 in the morning, wake up at 5:30 to pray, and then go to work to teach kids. So it's like you gotta have a balance to what you do at the end of the day. Uncle Murder is about to drop something. I want to hear that. I like
everybody dropping.
Everybody dropping. I want to hear what Fab wants to say. All that. Facts.
You about to see who wins.
Facts.
But yo, that was Teddy Grams.
And
make sure you check out every episode on LNFPix.com.
Yes.
Hit him up if y'all need to hit him up on Instagram.
Facts.
Especially if y'all trying to collab.
Hi, Queen. Showing the cheese and showing the whites, the pearly whites.
Alright, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Look, she said, Teddy, you so tasty. 2 on 1 things, they be begging just to rate me. Swallow my dick, slurp it up, don't be lazy. High and by, guy.